One, two, three.
And now, Drew Sports.
Damn it, you gotta catch that ball.
Here's Drew.
Well, a scary moment for Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce, who hyperextended his knee, and they're just days away from playing the Detroit Lions. I mean, I can see Laura doing a little power fist under the table because that would help their ability to get a win. Now, of course, Patrick Mahomes' knees and arms are doing just fine, and he'll be in that game. But Kelce, let's not understate it, probably the best tight end in football right now. He's a Hall of Famer at some point, maybe first ballot. And now, what's going to happen? Is he going to be able to play? Well, they said his ACL is intact, and having so many of those knee surgeries with my wife alone, I know that no tear is a great thing. So maybe he'll be back, but think about this if you're starting to pick your fantasy squads, which I know a ton of people already had their fantasy barbecues with the bros. Well, you might have picked Kelce and done a power fist. He might not be playing tomorrow night. Carl Nassib, he is the first openly gay active player in the NFL. You remember a couple of years ago he came out as a member of the Raiders, and what I thought was cool is that his career continued after that. They didn't just finish out the contract and then sweep him under the rug. He ended up playing for the Buccaneers, but says it is time for him to move away from football. But a cool thing about this guy, he was a walk-on at Penn State. He's like a Rudiger. And he went all the way to the NFL, and now he's basically set for life. And finally, Jose Altuve, once thought of as just maybe that guy who cheated when they had the little buzzers on their chest in baseball. Well, he hit 3 homers in 3 innings with no buzzer last night. This guy is sick. Really ridiculous. There's your sports.
Coming up next, we got some celebrity news. Guess which celebrity was involved in a hit and run in Malibu and refused to stop?
Uh-oh.
Also, we almost lost Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, no.
The Terminator. We almost lost him.
No way.
Yeah. Full story is coming up right after Beck. Happy Wednesday. It's Portland's Rock Station. 105.9 The Brew. Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
You're listening to Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
We are getting closer and closer to Bacon and Beer 27. Pumpkin spiced going
Yes.
down in Salem.
Yeah.
Our first time making our way to Salem. Super excited. Salem's mayor, Chris Hoy, will be in attendance. Super stoked for that. Everyone who shows up gets free bacon, and you could walk away with the free trip to Las Vegas to see Awakening at the Wynn. Pretty badass. And there's going to be tons of surprises that we've got planned. Lots of prizes to give away. I mean, there's so much stuff that we haven't even announced yet. And that's how it goes with Bacon and Beer. It's just, we announce it and then things just start falling into place.
Yeah.
Flows from there.
So we're pretty excited. It's September 22nd. Gilgamesh Brewing in Salem. That's the campus location. From 6 to 10 a.m., come get weird with us.
Whew.
All right, so there's a lot of celebrity news this morning. Normally celebrity news just kind of like, it bores me.
Yeah, it does. Unless it's juicy.
Yeah.
If it bleeds, it leads.
Exactly.
Then this, I feel like, is pretty juicy. Gary Busey.
Juicy Busey?
Juicy Busey refuses to stop after a hit and run in Malibu.
Oh, man.
No.
Gary Busey.
We were talking about teeth earlier. To the king of teeth.
Oh, those things are yellow.
He's got some. Are those real? I thought
I
those were
think
the
he bought
news.
it. I bought
Why
those
would you
at a
buy?
pool-
Why would you buy giant yellow teeth?
Good question.
He definitely
good
bought them at
question.
some point though. He probably
Yeah.
bought the old brand that stains.
What we're seeing
Right.
is the origin story of the Crypt Keeper, because I swear to God, when
Yeah,
he
you know,
dies, he's gonna
Speaking
look
of
like
Crypt
that.
Keeper, this man still has his driver's license?
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
great.
Cruising around Malibu?
Keep in mind that he was in a terrible car accident back in a motorcycle accident back in 1988, which is kind of the reason he's a little off.
And that's true. And he's had shows that have leaned into that, so he has profited off
Yeah.
of that whole idea, but it is still tragic.
I go out and I look at the sun and then I talk to it. And then I say, beautiful day, sun, and then it burns me.
That's good.
That was
That's
spot
perfect.
on. Felt like we were right in season 2 of his show.
Gary Busey was chased down by a woman who claims he rear-ended her in her car in Malibu and then drove away.
Oh.
Her video shows her driving alongside Gary Busey, telling him to pull over. I wonder, does she know it's Gary Busey?
Probably not at the beginning. But you pull up next to Gary Busey and you're
You
like,
know.
oh, this guy.
But the abuse is loose,
Sir, you hit my car. I need your information. Sir! You hit my car!
What if he just rolled down the window? I'm on a spirit quest. And then just slowly rolled the window back up.
Like, what?
You got bad energy, space pony.
Oh, wow. Didn't sound like she knew it was Gary Busey.
No. Sir!
Sir!
Yeah.
I mean, I would
She
be
would have been
pretty
like,
upset too.
Gary, is that you?
Gare!
The woman then confronted Gary Busey in the parking lot when he, I guess, finally reached his destination
he
or pulled over or whatever.
Pulled into a Starbucks.
She pointed out the damage to his car and demanded his insurance information. Gary Busey refused and then drove away.
Oh.
Here's that
That's
moment.
nice.
It doesn't matter. That's not how this works. You hit my car. You have scuffs all over your car.
Progressive Insurance.
I want the number. I want the information.
No.
Sir, you hit my car.
I'm private.
It doesn't matter. You hit me. You
I'm
hit
private.
my car.
What is he talking about?
No, you rear-ended me. You can't hit someone and then leave.
Wow.
I love how he's like, I got progressive. Figure it out.
Yeah. That's not giving your insurance.
No, you're going to get busted for a hit and run, Gary, and
Yeah.
then maybe your license is going to be taken away.
Maybe this is what needs to happen.
Somebody come get their grandpa.
Oh my God.
Truly, though.
I mean, good Lord.
He was a liability 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Whatever he is now is another level.
I got progressive. Call him up.
Tell him
I'm
Gary.
Tell him about the guy with the big yellow teeth.
I'm
They'll
big
find me.
private Gary.
I'm wondering if she still didn't know who he was and then like posted the video on the
doesn't-
internet and then everyone's
And
like,
then
oh
everyone
my
said,
God,
hey, yeah.
that's
I know
Gary
him.
Busey.
But like, it doesn't sound like she knows.
No.
I mean, when's the last time he was in a movie? I mean, it's been
It's been a minute, I think.
Go IMDb it. What's the last time he's been in a movie, like a real movie?
He is the guy might be too old. He's 79, but I'm looking him up.
He's
right
out of his mind. I know his son's
2018 looks like the last time he was in.
his son's popping
anything.
off. Like his son, isn't his son? What's his son's name? Something Busey.
I don't know.
Gary Busey's son's.
It
in
should
movies
be
all the
Billy
time.
Busey.
He
Billy
plays.
Buse.
I know he's the villain in like Contact. He's this wild spiritual
Oh,
guy with the
okay.
white teeth.
Okay.
Gary Busey's son. I can't remember his name.
I don't know, but yeah.
His latest credit.
Jake Busey.
Is
He was in-
Sharknado? Is that what you're seeing?
Well, it looks like he was in. I guess those are video games and other things. So yeah, maybe Sharknado's the last movie.
Oh, geez. So he's
this-
irrelevant. So that's probably why she doesn't recognize him.
yeah,
probably.
you almost went under the radar there, Gary.
Yeah.
You private citizen.
But this is probably a sign that it's time to give up the license. It's probably a sign that he should, if he's out in public, have a handler with
I was
him.
gonna say a handler sounds great. I thought we were there.
That's what I thought. I mean, the guy doesn't seem normal. He doesn't seem like he's got it all together. He seems like he's a danger to himself and others.
Yeah.
So
True with the hit and runs going on.
I got progressive. Figure it out. How.
It doesn't matter. That's not how this works. You hit my car. You have scuffs all over your car.
Progressive insurance.
I want the number. I want the information. Sir, you hit my car.
I'm private.
It doesn't matter. You hit me. You hit my car.
The entitlement there. I'm private. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
feel
You
like
hit somebody, you have to.
Call Flo at Progressive.
Has he never gotten into a car accident before?
Oh no, he's 1988. He got into a
Yeah,
terrible motorcycle
I mean,
accident,
I know,
which is
but
why he's a loopy dude.
aside from that,
I don't know. You know, he was in
it
movies
just seems
and
like
did
he
lots of
didn't-
cocaine probably in the
it
80s.
seems like he didn't really know what the protocol was.
I mean, because he was in that accident, but then he still did Point Break after that. So you got to think he had enough in the tank at some point
Right.
after crashing. You know, like not a lot, but he had something in there.
Oh boy.
Point Break's a classic.
No, you rear-ended me. You can't hit someone and then leave.
Gare.
I feel bad.
Gary.
You can hear the desperation in her voice.
Yeah.
You can't go.
Well, the good news is
Found you.
yeah, it should be easy to track down after
found
this.
you.
Found you.
Also, another celebrity news: we almost lost a great. Arnold Schwarzenegger nearly died due to botched surgery.
When?
I read this yesterday in a YouTube video. Arnold Schwarzenegger shared his story of his third open heart surgery.
Oh
Actually,
my God.
he just shared the story, but this happened 5 years ago. The
Okay.
open heart surgery.
But a third even. Just
Yeah.
that makes me shudder.
He awoke to a doctor telling him that things had gone very wrong.
Oh.
I was like really freaking out. I mean, I woke up all of a sudden and the doctors were sitting in front of me and saying, "I'm so sorry, but unlike what we planned, which was non-invasive surgery to just go through the growings up to the heart and replace the valve, we made a mistake and poked through the heart wall, and therefore we had to kind of get internal bleeding and we had to open me up very quickly and to save your life."
That's
Whoa.
that's
Can you
what?
imagine waking up to a doctor being like, wake up, we made a mistake.
Yeah.
Like, that'd be-
Just leave me asleep until you fix it.
yeah, I don't want to know.
It's giving me heartburn or something. I don't know. I just can't let go of my chest after that.
Yeah.
Oh my
Well, I got more
gosh.
audio. Hold on to your chest rather than
All right.
stress about the mistake. Because Arnold's a pretty laid back guy. I don't know if you remember those videos of him smoking weed and
Yeah, bro.
pumping iron. Arnold put his energy toward getting better and out of the hospital because you're not going to kill the Terminator.
No, you're not. The guy's going to
The
come up.
bottom line is you cannot roll the clock back. I was in the middle of a disaster, so now it's how do I get out of it? So you have to shift gears. You collect yourself, shift gears, and say, okay, what I need to do now is I got to get out of this hospital, number one. How do I get out of the hospital is, okay, by getting out of bed and start walking. First 10 steps, then over sit down around the nurse's station, and then long and long.
You just go from there. I guess it's baby steps.
There you go.
Little bit, little bit, little bit.
Well, I'm glad.
The bottom
I
line
love
is
his
you
voice.
cannot roll the clock back.
Unlike my 1992 film Terminator 2, you cannot roll the clock
yeah,
back.
It's
'cause
honestly
you can in that.
It's so interesting to me that he really hasn't, like, his accent is so strong.
Has it
after
turned into, like, an
living
American
here
accent? Yeah.
for
40 years.
decades.
Like, what if it's an
Yes.
impression he just sounds like us?
He's like, hey, I can't do this anymore.
Arnold had a goat, apparently.
A goat?
Yeah, I'm sorry, a goal. I read that as goats.
Oh, I was like, I
man.
love goats.
That would have been sweet.
I know he's got a little miniature
I
pony
bet
that's in his
he's
house.
got a goat.
He probably does. But he needed to be ready for Terminator 6 that's coming up in just a few months.
Excuse me?
No.
You did not need to be
I had
ready.
it 3 months later. I started with Terminator 6.
Oh, I see. He was okay, thank God. Because I was like, we don't need another one, and I'm a huge Terminator fan, but don't.
Oh, because it was 5 years ago, so you're okay.
He's already done that movie. I didn't realize we had 6 of them.
I didn't either.
That is a lot.
Was that worth it? Was that?
No.
You know.
I'm a huge Terminator 1 and 2 are my favorite movies of all time, and the answer is no. We did not need those.
It's not been working out.
So there you go. Glad Arnold's doing much better. That was a long time ago. It's in the past. He's healthy. He's recovered. He's yoked again. There's a video of him just a couple months ago riding his bike by himself down his local town. Mm-hmm. Kind of neat.
I mean, look at the guy. I bet his heart's the size of a meatloaf.
Right.
It's gonna be hard to work in there.
Coming up in just under an hour from now, we got more tickets to 3 Days Grace and Chevelle.
We've combined your 3 favorite words: free pizza. You're listening to Tanner, Drew, and Laura. And now, here's what's trending.
All sorts of stuff on the website at 1059thebrew.com. You can check out our Donkey Show podcast, which is the show after the show, completely unedited and uncensored, and it's loaded Monday through Thursday at 1059thebrew.com.
That's right.
And yeah, if you get to work and you want more,
We got more.
we got more for you. And it gets
Fill it up again.
very personal on the Donkey Show podcast, right?
Always.
We always
Yeah.
open up and say more than we should.
That's right.
You can also see a video of this is kind of nutty. So Burning Man's going down, or I guess it went down terribly.
Yes.
It rained. There was awful mud. The video of cars trying to leave is insane.
It's bonkers. Like, how do you ever get out of a line that's like 8 or 10 wide and a mile long?
I don't know. And it's funny because it's a drone shot, and they pull back, and you see this big, wide open desert, and then a tiny little man-made traffic jam with. They say like 70,000 people were there, but that
Yeah.
looks more than 70,000 cars.
Yeah.
That looks like 100,000 cars.
It is so many, and almost everyone's an RV. Like the amount of, not almost everyone, but like 80%.
SUV, some sort of,
Massive.
pulling a trailer with a four-wheeler on it.
I mean, it looks like an RV convention for where I have it paused right
Yeah,
at the
it's an
second.
RV convention, but with drugs.
Yeah, you can get as high as you want.
So the videos are insane. Just people trying to get out. People were abandoning their vehicles in the mud. I saw a video of this person. They had a really nice Jeep. Like, Laura, what kind of Jeep are you driving right now with Ford Jeep?
Yeah, I'm driving a 4xe, a Wrangler Rubicon 4xe.
Beautiful. Someone left a brand new one, all tricked out, halfway in the mud. That was stuck up to the headlights,
Yeah.
and they just left it.
Got bold and then
It's like, I got
stranded.
4-wheel drive, it's fine.
I don't feel
Mud.
bad for people who like go rock climbing in their $100,000, $120,000 vehicle and then flip it on its side. Like, what do you expect?
You can't buy greatness. Like, if you're good at off-roading, you have to be good at it. You can't
good
just,
at it, yeah.
You can't just buy your way in.
Yeah, and
Clearly
you
by
gotta
the
listen
mud
to,
pit.
Listen to your spotters. That's what I've learned watching these videos of these idiots flipping over. Listen to me, man.
Yeah.
You gotta listen.
It's a multi-person deal.
You can also see a video of a mountainside crumbling into a parking lot. It's weird to see giant pieces of rock this big just collapse. And this guy's right under it. And it's one of those videos where you're watching it and you're going, cameraman, dude, run. Run.
Yikes.
Holy hell, the whole mountainside comes down. The car's screwed. Those cars are screwed. No one was injured after this giant mountain collapsed. And it's incredible once you see it that nobody was injured.
It's so scary.
That is.
We'll put that online, 1059thebrew.com. Just click on Tanner, Drew, and Laura. Coming up at 7:30, tickets to go see 3 Days Grace and Chevelle. Coming up next, we're going to debut the brand new Rolling Stones song. It's called Angry. We'll play it for you right after Collective Soul on 1059 The Brew. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we have some developments in the search for Terry Porter.
Okay.
So we've been trying to get Terry Porter, or trying to get at least a hold of Terry Porter, because we want to invite him to our Bacon and Beer, which is going down September 22nd in Salem.
Yes.
First time we've ever been to Salem. Gilgamesh Brewing is where we're going to be, the campus location.
About time.
Super stoked, because everyone who shows up is going to get free bacon, lots of juicy, delicious bacon. And someone, it could be you, is going to walk away with a free trip to Las Vegas to see Awakening at the Wynn, which is a dope hotel. Really,
Yeah, it
really
is.
fancy, schmancy place.
Anytime you can stay where you watch your show is a great thing because, you know, you can go to your hotel room and get as torqued as you want.
You don't have to spend money on a cab ride.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because even like a lot of times I stay at the MGM and I want to go down to downtown Vegas, like old school Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's still like a $25, $30 cab ride.
Yeah.
It's close and it's a lot of money.
It can get brutal. And then sometimes you get bold because you've had a couple drinks. You try and beat feet to another location. That's how you end up wrecking your legs.
Yeah, man,
and
you
feet.
feel like everything is so close in Vegas because you can see everything,
It's
and then you
not.
start walking, and you're
Don't
like,
fall for
oh
it.
no.
Yeah, closest downstairs, and that's what happens at the Wynn.
I fell for it once. A buddy of mine, it was when our friend Marcus had his bachelor party in Vegas, and there were some guys that are like, yeah, there's a steakhouse just right down the street.
Oh, no.
Right down the street, my ass. We walked and walked and walked. It was 130 degrees.
Famous last words. It's right around here. Okay,
Yeah.
no, if you just, it's right up here.
Yeah.
You just keep going
These
and
these
going.
guys, I didn't really know them. They were Marcus's friends, but we ended up at the steakhouse that it was like an all-you-can-eat steakhouse where they keep bringing you meats.
Okay.
And I had a little bit of meat. I had maybe $20 worth of meat. I still ended up paying $85.
sure,
It
yeah.
was all split between us all.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
The thought of Vegas, buying one steak in Vegas gives you a nosebleed.
Yeah.
When you get the spread,
I'm still butthurt about it to this day. I didn't even go to
still,
the
and
wedding.
you probably, you should have at least gotten to get the meat sweats. For
I was
all
gonna
that.
say everybody else had the meat sweats, and Tanner's just over here stuck with an $85 bill.
and the meat sweats. I had the meat sweats too.
Okay, glad
Las Vegas.
Yeah. But we'll send you there so you can get the meat sweats too and see Awakening. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there are some developments. What are those developments?
Tell us.
Ladies and gentlemen, in my hand, you can hear it. I have Terry Porter's cell phone number.
Whoa, personal cell phone number?
His personal cell phone
How'd
number.
you get that?
TP.
I cannot reveal my sources, but it was a good friend of mine.
Okay. Obviously a good friend.
Yeah, I just went to him because I know he knows a lot of people with the Blazers.
Okay.
This person.
And you don't want to burn a good source for
Yeah.
the potential that you could get more love out
Right,
of
you
it.
never reveal your sources, Laura.
Of course, right.
And so I knew that he had like at least maybe some connections to people who knew him. So I went and said, hey, do you have a channel to Terry Porter? And he looked at me and goes, yeah, you want a cell phone number?
Oh, that's
Wow.
right.
And he just pulled it out and gave it to me. And I have it in my hand.
Well,
and
that
it's
was easy.
And it's a 503 number, Drew. He doesn't have a 971.
He's got that OG 503.
Old
And-
school.
He's lived all over the place, so it's amazing that he's got a number that matches here. 'Cause
I
he
wonder
was
if-
the coach of the Milwaukee Bucks at one point.
I wonder if he's had the cell phone number the whole time. Because, even when I moved to Detroit,
Probably.
I kept the cell phone number.
Yeah, but I've had my same cell phone number since high school.
And you have a Detroit number?
Yeah.
Right? I've had this cell phone. This is my only cell phone number I've ever had. I got it when I was a junior, and I've had it in high school, and I've had it ever since.
Same, yeah.
And so,
and what's your area code?
I'm 503.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm old school,
I wanted
son.
to hear it, baby.
Make some noise!
503.
And
me,
what-
me too.
Is there another one? Is there 503 971? And is there something else?
Well,
541, but that's
That's
like-
the rest of the state.
Yeah.
But and I hear there's another one that's going to be 541's backup, but I don't know it off the top of my head.
interesting.
So we're going to call Terry Porter, I guess today. We're just
All
going
right.
to cold call him today
Okay.
and see how it goes. I mean, I'm going to wait till a little after 8 o'clock because I don't know how early he wakes up.
Yeah, you don't
Right.
want to. You don't want to start off on the wrong foot.
Yeah, and from what I understand, this friend did reach out to Terry and said, "Hey, Tanner, Drew, and Laura are interested in talking to you on the radio
Okay.
about your charities,
So
your
he
Dornbecker
knows.
Children's Hospital." Apparently, he's been told that we're trying to find him, and he knows it, and
Nice.
he's agreed to
Okay.
come on the show at least to do a phoner.
And
Okay,
that's
so
all we
this
need.
sounds promising.
Yeah, so he knows that he's expecting a call from us. He just doesn't know when.
Or
Okay.
what we want.
Exactly
What
what
do
we
you
want.
want?
Well, he knows that we want to talk about his charities,
You're right. Yeah.
but I don't think he knows that we desperately want him to be at our Bacon and Beer
Yeah.
just for an hour.
For a
you know.
little bit.
And
know,
again,
it's-
I don't know if he is. We could be screwing ourselves here, but I really, really want him
I
to be
mean,
there.
you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah, and
You know,
it's,
so, I mean,
it feels like the stars line up here, right? It's
Yeah.
his because
Yeah.
his beer is at the very place that
Yes.
we're going to.
The Terry
And-
Porter is at
and-
Gilgamesh Brewing.
to be fair, if we get him on the air and ask him, and he says no, like, I mean, that's not a good look, right?
I see.
He's got to say yes.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
Well, that's why we got to ask him live.
exactly.
So
Not to put you on the spot, but we're gonna put you on the spot.
I can't. I'm nervous.
Yeah.
I'll admit it. I'm a bit nervous
Well,
about it.
It's like inviting the cool kid to your birthday.
Yeah.
If he says no, it's gonna hurt.
I'm very nervous about being rejected.
Oh, it's gonna
That's
be
all
fine.
right.
Like I asked a girl out to a dance once and she said no, and I'm still not over it. I'm 41.
Oh
Is
no,
Ter-
this could end poorly for us
Yeah,
today.
don't make Terry that dance.
Put my therapist on standby. We'll be back.
You gotta catch that ball.
Here's Drew.
Well, Jose Altuve did something that only a few people have ever done in Major League Baseball. This guy, so you play a team for a series. It's where you play a handful of games because they play so much, but all in a row. So the Mariners would play the Angels 3 times in a row. That's what these little series are considered. Well, he homered 8 times during that series, and also if that's not good enough, the cherry on top is he did it in the first, second, and third inning. Now, granted, you're drumming a team if you can bat that often, but every time he steps to the plate, it seems to be going straight out of the park. He says it's just good timing, getting lucky on it. I don't know about all that jazz, but Manny Ramirez, Sean Green, and Josh Hamilton, the only ones to ever do it since the expansion in 1961. Also, the Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce hyperextended his knee ahead of the opener, and a lot of people probably had a little bit of clinching going on thinking about their fantasy squad. The good news is his ACL is intact. Now, whether or not he'll be available for the first game is in question because football starts tomorrow. Woohoo! Ow, ow. So that's good news for us. We'll see if it's good news for the Chiefs. Better than a tear. There's your sports.
All right, coming up next, Drew's got baby number 3 on the way. The official due date is October 11th.
Yes, sir.
But it sounds like we may be getting this baby before then.
Might get an early release.
Right. There have been some, I don't know, is it safe to say complications or just...
I would say could be a development that's complicated.
It's very scary.
It's a good way of putting it.
It's
Yeah.
scary. We'll tell you about this coming up next, and we'd love to know what you think. Also, we're going to play Real News or Fake News for your chance at tickets to go see 3 Days Grace in Chevelle, which means we need callers 10 and 11 right now. 866-445-1059. That's 866-445-1059. We'll play after Metallica. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura on The Brew. Got a talk back to play.
Hi, I listen to you guys every morning. I just wanted to say that I would love to take Laura out on a date.
And that's how you get a date. You just call the.
You just call up and ask.
It's real easy. It's like a drive-through.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah,
I'll
I'll
have a
take-
number 4.
Whoa.
One date with Laura. Yes, the number 4.
Sorry, you're not that far down the menu. Is that what you're worried about? She's
Yeah,
a
I'm
number 2.
number 1. I'm the quarter pounder with cheese over here.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Well, the 2 cheeseburger meal, which was a long time number 2, is also a nice choice.
What do you think, Laura? I've got that guy's contact.
You know, I have a very strict policy about not dating listeners, so that's a negative.
What if
but thank
Mr.
you.
Wright has a radio?
But it's not true. The last date she went on was with a listener.
That's not true.
It's not.
I didn't know he was a listener when I went on a date with him. Okay.
Oh, man.
I didn't know at first, and then he didn't
Interessante.
reveal that until we were on the date.
Yeah. What did he? Because you said he listens quite a bit.
He had some details.
Yeah, him
He
and,
had
his,
details.
him and his coworkers all the time. They watch like the live stream, the spy cam, and all that.
Which, by the way, you can too at 1059thebrew.com.
Imagine my dismay when I found all
So
this out.
it really rings the idea that when you sneak into Laura's DMs, don't
Exactly,
mention
right.
that you know everything about
Exactly.
You just got to
Yeah.
tiptoe.
Yeah.
Right. Don't be so brazen about it.
We're learning some things. All right. By the way, you can find Laura's social on Instagram. Just
her. Oh my God, here comes the explosion.
just follow us at 1059 The Brew, and you can find all of our personal accounts that way.
That's true.
the
Get
nice thing
ready
for
for the
us,
floodgates.
we'll get no
Oh,
solicitation.
0.
So don't worry about
Absolutely
us. We'll be
Yeah,
okay.
Zero.
Tanner's also single and ready to mingle. So, ladies, feel free.
Hit him
And gentlemen.
where it hurts,
I mean,
baby.
Yeah, and still with that 0.0.
That's I find
It's
that hard
true.
to- I find that hard to believe.
Yeah, then it's a wild stallion out here waiting to be tamed.
Yeah. All right, let's do this. I'm uncomfortable. I'm going to read off some news headlines. Some are real, some are completely made up. You just got to point out which one is which to get the 3 Days Grace and Chevelle tickets. Again, that show is coming up September 28th at the RV and Style Resorts Amphitheater, which is the last place I saw Chevelle. And for a 3-piece band, my God in heaven,
Oh yeah.
a lot of sound
I
comes out
feel
of,
like
of that band.
sometimes the bands with like the fewest members make the most noise.
They're great.
Yeah.
They're great. And 3 Days Grace, same way. I think they're either 3 or 4-piece. They're a pretty small group, and they're loud.
4 days grace would be weird.
4 Days Grace. All right, let's meet our contestant. She is calling from Canby this morning. Her name is Maria. Good morning, Maria.
Good morning.
Do you watch the news? Do you read the paper? Do you know what's going on in the world?
Not really.
All right.
We get a lot of that
Well,
lately.
at least she's honest.
Yeah.
Everyone's sick of it.
I don't know why, and maybe I shouldn't jinx it, but I'm going to say it. Ladies historically don't do well
Well,
on
yesterday
this game.
a lady did a great job.
She swept yesterday, so maybe
That's true.
maybe it's changing.
That's true. I could be eating my words again today.
Well, the girl yesterday didn't pay attention to the news, so maybe if you're just in the wind, you have a better chance.
Yeah.
All right. Some of these are real, some are fake. You just got to point out which one is which to get the tickets, okay?
Okay.
It's time to play Real News or... Oh, hold on. I'm not
ready.
I didn't realize I wasn't prepared yet. While I get prepared, what are your plans later this morning? You going to work?
What do you got going
Yeah,
on?
I'm headed to
Are
work.
you asking her on a date?
Well, yeah, she now knows
Tanner
he's
wants to
single.
know what you're up to.
I have a strict
lady.
policy as well. All right. I'm ready now.
Unless she's free.
Yeah. 7 o'clock? All right. Real or fake? Woman in India gains attention by crying mysterious Jello tears.
Oh, what?
I have to say that's fake.
Is that a fake story?
Oh,
Yes.
It is.
I feel like that'd be painful.
And delicious.
It'd be a great moment.
Real or fake? People buying infamous Burning Man mud for $5,000 per jar.
I'd have to say that's probably true.
Is that a real story?
Yeah,
Thank goodness.
real. Oh,
thanks, sir.
dang it.
Thank God. But now that we've said it, someone's going to
It
get an
might be.
idea.
Yeah, 1 and 1.
Real or fake? Defense Department currently working on, quote, spy underwear that captures audio and video.
Spy underwear.
Spunderwear. It's the best.
I'd say that is real.
It's a real story. Sign me up. Take my money. I want some spy underwear.
Where's the camera, though?
Well, you know where the
I
camera's
don't want
at.
a camera that close to my.
You know where the camera's at.
It's a bulge enhancer.
If not the camera, at least the battery.
Yeah, I hope I get the whole battery pack right in front.
Real or fake? Where are we at? What's our score, by the way?
We got a 2-1 burning here.
Woman's implant weighs, quote, as much as a newborn, and she wants to go bigger.
Oh, no.
I'd probably say that's true. That's true. As
That a true
weird as I
story?
feel like
That is a true story.
Gross.
Is that it?
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And there you go. You're in.
Yikes.
You just got tickets to 3 Days
Yeah.
Grace and Chevelle.
Hooray! Go
Hooray!
Maria.
Hooray.
Bing bong.
Tickets are on sale at Ticketmaster.com if you want to buy them. But hang on, we'll get you information because you're going for free. Very nice.
Very nice.
Very nice. Oh,
Very. Oh, okay.
so let me read about these underwears,
Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
know.
these underpants.
Would you call them spunderwear, Drew?
Underwear, spy
Yeah.
undies?
The Defense Department is currently working on spy underwear that captures audio video. My guess is they already have that.
Yeah, I mean,
And
it's a
that we're
microphone
just-
in your underpants.
Yeah, and we're hearing about it now because, if one thing you learn about like reading about governments and everything is everyone's hella paranoid.
Exactly.
And they're
Yeah.
going to, if they can figure out how to spy on you, even in their skibs, they're going to figure it
Gonna
out.
do it. Now, is it just if there's a camera in the undies, that would be weird, right? Like, what kind of scenario would you even need a camera?
Well, I could come up with at least 2.
Well, I get that, but as you're trying to interrogate someone, you're like, you don't mind if I'm in my underwear, do you? I get a clearer signal in here.
You could
Yeah,
connect it
that's-
to your phone and make sure that you're clean.
Yeah.
You could make sure that,
Oh, you turn it around.
yeah.
I was thinking
Oh.
about to spy, not
in
to
my head,
check for pubic
in my head,
lice.
you check for pubics.
Dingleberries?
Yeah, check for.
Yeah, send her down south. I would like to get a look back there sometimes.
Yeah, just make sure I'm
I
good.
don't
It's
know,
like when
it's-
it's like when you have a security camera at your house, you can constantly check in on it.
Yeah,
Same
exactly.
thing. Yeah, check in on my balloon nut.
Get a drone just to check the back.
The garments will be fitted with tiny cameras, sensors, and microphones that look like fabric thread and will be powered by the wearer's energy. So, like your kinetic energy or whatever, just the
Whoa.
friction.
And the heat coming off those
Very
cheeks.
futuristic.
And those
I mean-
cheeks will power a little tiny camera.
3 or 4 farts and you're good for the day.
The Defense Department's serious about this because they've already spent $22 million on the project. So,
Oh my God! So then it
22
picks up everything. It's like, bro, what did you eat for lunch?
Oh my God!
All right, homie.
Think about if you're having to go over the surveillance tape and
right. Like, dude.
oh man.
if that would stop, we could catch a crook.
Yeah. Speaking of poops,
What?
Drew's got baby number 3 on the way.
It is a transition that fits.
Yeah, baby number 3 is due October 11th, but I get there's some complications, and Drew's been telling us a little bit about this stuff off the air, which is, stressful to hear about. And we haven't been talking a lot about the personal, physical dangers of everything.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride in comparison to the other two, because even though those have their own stories that are, scary moments or whatever, it's just been a lot of speed bumps along the way, I guess is the best way to describe it.
So you said that she may show up earlier. What are the problems?
Well, because Amy's 38, you have an issue, like everything seems to be happening. We've got iron issues. We've got issues with just general little things. And then we found out just the other day that the baby is not flipped over. And we've got to have this baby in a month.
And it can't be coming out feet first.
No. And we all know what happens if that happens. Then you have to have a C-section. But before that, and I didn't know this, they will attempt to flip this baby. And so because of that, we may go into and I don't know 100% until we're in it, right? Because everyone has a different story.
How do they try to flip the baby?
Like they physically put their hands on her stomach and try and move the baby.
Well,
now,
because at this point, the baby is large enough that you can probably feel it.
you can definitely feel it all going on. The baby's a full-on baby at this point. It's like hanging, it's hanging for dear life in there at this juncture. You could have the baby and everything would be fine with a little bit of hospital time at this point. But the problem is if they try and flip the baby and you've got an umbilical cord or something around a neck,
That's scary, yeah.
So there may be that idea that you immediately have to have a C-section, which would push up the date and, screw up my plans.
Now, from what I understand, that even though this is scary and you have every right to be concerned that this is a common thing,
Yeah, it does happen.
and that it's happened to a lot of mothers and fathers out there, and it ended up everything being fine.
Yeah, and I am the product of that myself. My oldest brother was upside down, so I'm a C-section. Just like
Sure, yeah, I was born. Myself and
Yeah.
both of my brothers were
Everyone,
born cesarean
I was
section.
just too thick. I couldn't come out.
You were just hanging
Big
tough.
boy.
You were
thick.
warm. You get cozy.
Yeah.
But for us, it's just it's tough because you've had 2 natural births.
Sure.
And so I would really like for her. I mean, she didn't sign up for this necessarily. So
Yeah.
Right.
she's a trooper. But we would like that baby to do a wraparound. If it was a boy, I was starting to push for Flip. Like as a name.
Oh yeah.
But
Flip's a
I don't
cute
know
name
about
for-
a good girl
So-
name for flipping over.
Oh,
but
I see the name for
Yeah,
the name
yeah,
for
yeah.
Flip. I was.
I was thinking Flip could be a good
So yeah,
name. But that's
you
a
guys
boy.
haven't decided on a name yet either.
Still in the dark on that. Just right now, I'm so concentrated on
Yeah.
this healthy baby thing.
What's
and
weird to me
shut
about this
up.
when like parents have the baby and they still haven't figured it out. I'm like, you had 9 months.
And a lot of people, and
Yeah.
I was talking to someone over the weekend who refused to come up with it till they see that
I
baby
was gonna say, for me, I feel like it would be hard
because you don't see what
because
you're
I
looking
want
at.
to
Like,
see
you
what
look
it looks
like a
like.
mock.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. How do you name it when you haven't even
Yeah.
seen it yet?
You look like a Cornelius.
Oh,
Cornelia. That's a great name.
distinguished.
Cornelia. That's a cute name.
But any day something could happen. The baby could come, so we're just kind of red alert. The nursery's not ready, but we do have the bed that's
yeah.
next to the bed ready.
She can have your lazy boy, Drew.
Yeah, she can. We'll just lay it out, and when you're a little nugget, little space nugget, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Well, keep us informed, and obviously we wish you the best. You and
Thank
Amy
you.
the best. Super excited to meet this new one, whatever the
Yeah.
name is.
We do a victory lap around here when
Yeah.
she shows up.
Tanita is a good name.
Yeah, I
good
like
strong
it.
name.
Tanita.
I'm just saying.
Is Tanner the name? Maybe
I'm trying to think of like the
asexual
female
at this
version. Is
point,
it? Yeah.
I feel like Tanner's kind of a cute girl's name.
Tanny.
Yeah, that's not bad. Let's do it. We'll be back. Hang on.
Now, our Brew News Update, powered by Adventist Health Portland and OHSU Health Partner. Here's Laura.
Well, the Powerball jackpot on the rise, now standing at $461 million. There is no grand prize winner on Monday, so that cash value works out to be about $223.5 million. The odds of winning, however, are roughly 1 in 292 million. The next drawing does take place tonight, so get your tickets. Good luck. Bob Barker passed away at the age of 99, and now his cause of death has been revealed. I think a lot of people thought, 99, old age. It happens. But according to the death certificate, his death was actually due to Alzheimer's, which he had never publicly addressed. But apparently he'd been suffering from it for years. Speaking of Alzheimer's, actually, researchers have found a new cause of Alzheimer's and vascular dementia. A new study led by scientists at OHSU found that iron-rich cells in the brain destroy cells that are supposed to help clean connections between nerves. They say it's surprising this wasn't found during previous research, but they found it using a new technique to isolate the cells, and the hope is that now pharmaceutical manufacturers can use this information to create drugs that can prevent that type of damage.
Cool.
So good news there. More on those stories, 1059thebrew.com.
Thank you very much. All right, coming up next, I want to talk to workers who, maybe you're a landscaper, maybe you're a garbage man, or you're somebody who's out on the town. You're doing things where you're maybe finding random items all over the place.
At random properties and things along those lines.
My neighbor's a landscaper. He owns a landscaping business, and he found something in a client's backyard the other day that was pretty embarrassing for the client once they found out. Pretty
Next
damn
level
embarrassing.
stuff.
Oh,
And I'd love to know, have you ever found anything crazy while on the job? Maybe you're cleaning up a park and you found, a bag of cash.
Ooh.
What'd you find? Did you find anything nuts? 866-445-1059. Your call's coming up next on The Brew.
You're listening to Tanner, Drew, and Laura. Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
All right, Bacon and Beer 27. Tanner, Drew, and Laura's pumpkin spiced version of Bacon and Beer is going down September 22nd. Gilgamesh Brewing in Salem. It's our first time in Salem. Come on out, because everyone who shows up gets free bacon, and you could walk away with a free trip to Las Vegas to see Awakening at the Wynn. Also, we mentioned it about an hour ago. There have been some developments in our search for Terry Porter. I have his cell phone number in my hand. If you missed the show earlier, I have his I almost showed the camera, but I better not do that.
That's smart of you.
I do have his cell phone number, his personal cell phone number, and he is expecting a call from us.
Okay.
Nice.
I don't know that he knows why we're calling him. I think he knows that we want to talk to him about the charities that he's involved in, Dornbecker's Children's Hospital, the Terry Porter, that's at Gilgamesh Brewing.
Yeah.
But I don't think he knows about the other stuff. Maybe he does. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna find out when we chat with him.
Yeah. And we're going to call him later today. I don't know that he'll answer because, again, he knows that we're going to call. He just doesn't know when.
Yeah,
Okay.
So it's about text o'clock. We're about to dial him in.
Casey Beefwater Bay, our promotions director's in the studio.
What's up?
You feel pretty good about it? That's some good information, right?
Yeah, I feel good. I feel like you're in the best spot you could be in regards to a launch pad. I think that I would pet $8 that you got it.
Oh, he's got $8.
A whole $8.
He's not a
Wow.
big gambler. That's
A whole
pretty
$8.
High roller.
Pretty huge.
All right.
American.
American.
Yeah, American dollars. Sure.
Nice.
All right. We want to know, have you ever found anything crazy while on the job? Maybe you're a landscaper and you found something. That's what happened to my neighbor. So my neighbor owns a professional landscaping business, and he calls me the other day and he goes, dude, he was so excited about something he found. He goes, dude, you got to talk about this on your show. And a lot of times people say that, and then it's
And you're like, nah, I'm never not gonna do that.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about talking about it, okay?
yeah. But this one actually made me laugh. So apparently, one of his clients, he was mowing their backyard, and their yard had gotten kind of high, so the grass had maybe not knee high, but middle of the shin or so.
It was creeping.
Yeah, and so he's out there mowing it, and he finds a double-ended dong.
Whoa.
Oh,
in the yard.
whoa.
Like old Rubbers McGriff?
But it's huge. It's like the size of an arm, like from the elbow to the fist.
Can only imagine if you have to have room for two ends.
Yeah.
How does that end up in somebody's backyard?
So he sees there's
You wanna
shoes.
know.
There's chew marks all over it.
Oh, that's how it gets in the backyard.
It's so big that he kind of has to mention something to the client because it got into the blade and everything.
Right.
And so he says, hey, I just found this thing. I don't know if it's yours. Do you want me to throw it away? You know. And they were super embarrassed, the couple.
Yeah.
And apparently their dog had gotten a hold of it. I don't know if it fell out of the drawer or if the dog went into the drawer.
Little dong drag.
So they didn't fess up to it belonging to them.
They did.
Oh.
They were super embarrassed. He says their faces got really red, and they go, oh my God, and they actually took it.
Oh, give that back, and they grab it like being honored with a sword.
Like, you know how expensive this was? Oh.
They actually knelt on the ground.
Yes, I hear night you thwack.
Yeah, and they took back their double ender. You know, so
that amount of rubber is not cheap.
Yeah.
and he just they were embarrassed that the dog grabbed it and thought it was a toy and took it out of the yard and played with it.
I mean, what's retail for a thing like that?
It's got to be probably like $100.
Is it $100?
Dude, I don't know.
It depends on
those
how
adult shops
Toys
are pretty
are
expensive.
The dog's like, this is the floppiest stick I've ever found.
That's if you get the itch resistant one. You can get the low end.
So
yeah, probably.
That's the craziest thing he's found on the job in a long time. I'd love to know if you've found something equally as nutty, or maybe you found something awesome like a bag of money.
Wouldn't that be
or
great?
Whatever. I don't know. 866-445-1059. You can also shoot us a text message on our Lazy Boy text line at 98197. Let's go to line one. Good morning. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. Who's this?
Good morning. This is Brandon. Oh, man, I'm cracking up about what your landscaper found. That's hilarious.
Have you ever found a double ender in your yard?
I mean, no.
Not yet. I feel like that's something you'd remember.
Away where they belong.
All right. What did you find?
So I'm going to ruin everybody's mood here. I work construction, and 2 years ago, we had got back to the construction site and noticed that there was a pickup there. And we could, just from look in the back, we could tell if somebody was there stealing equipment and tools from our job site. So we quickly go into the job site to try and find this individual. And we found him in an 8-foot trench dead.
Oh, no. How did he
fell
die?
in?
Did he just, did he
fell
hit his
in?
head or what happened?
He must have fell in and broke his neck.
Oh, my
Yikes.
Jesus.
So when they got there, when the police got to the job, they got him out of there. The death came back ruled as he broke his neck. So yeah, it was that was not fun to find that.
Not.
I bet.
On the plus side, though, you didn't get your tools stolen.
Yeah, you got your tools back.
You,
That's
you,
good.
you know, there's somebody on the side that went, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Yeah, those are important tools.
Right.
I'd much rather find a double ender than that, though.
All right,
Yeah, for
thanks
sure.
for the call, dude. Yeah, finding a body, definitely worse than a double ender. I'll let my my neighbor know today.
Yeah, you set a new bar there.
Let's go to line 2. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. What's the craziest thing you found while on the job?
I work in property management, and one day my maintenance guy, he's an older gentleman. He's from, I forgot where he's from. He wasn't from here, but he brought a briefcase in, and he said, I found this by the dumpster. And he opens it up, and it's like old school 1970s porn magazine.
Whoa.
And a ball gag. And this guy just goes and reaches in, pulls this thing out and says, what is this? And he's holding a butt plug in his hand.
Oh, dude.
And I'm like, put that down.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
my
tell you
hands
what,
would be in the sky.
As a 14-year-old, that would have been a treasure trove for me, though.
Jackpot.
The bag of adult magazines and stuff. Yeah.
I don't know.
Not the other stuff.
Hey, you know.
It was 1970s stuff. It was full on,
Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
we get
we
it.
got it. Yeah, the
Pick it up what you're
unmaintained
throwing
shrubbery.
down. Yeah.
Thank
It
you.
looks like a Better Homes and Gardens.
Pacifiers were weird in the 70s.
Definitely don't put that one in your mouth. All right, more of your calls coming up.
Goodness.
What did you
sakes.
find on the job? Anything nutty? 866-445-1059.
Seasonal weather ahead for the metro. We start out with a cool morning in the low 50s and end the day in the upper 70s under mostly sunny skies. In the K2 Storm Tracker Weather Center, I'm Rhonda Shelby.
In a day and age where acceptance is slowly starting to happen in sports, Carl Nassib, the outside linebacker who came out as gay during his time with the Las Vegas Raiders, did something that takes a lot of guts. There's a history of people not necessarily getting blackballed, but being just ignored or shunned because they don't want to deal with the dramas that come with the press of having a gay player. And he still stepped up and was able to continue his career until he chose to end it, saying he will concentrate on his businesses moving forward and some other charities that he works with. But that is definitely a commendable move as he finishes his career last year with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Also, the Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce hyperextends his knee ahead of the opener. Now, a lot of people a little worried if your fantasy team put Kelce in the first or second round. Grabbing a tight end that early is a little questionable, but yeah, he does score touchdowns. There's inflammation in the knee, but its sources are saying that ACL is not torn and is fully intact. So when the swelling comes down, you'll notice whether or not he has a bone bruise, and that will decide whether he plays tomorrow night against Laura's Lions, as it would be nice to be one man down.
Yeah.
And finally, Jose Altuve hit 8 home runs during one series against the Texas Rangers, including 3 homers in 3 innings. I mean, I couldn't get a hit in 85 at-bats. That's truly impressive. And he's a little guy. I think he's about 5'7". There's your sports.
Thank you very much. All right, a neighbor of mine who owns a landscaping business was working for a client and found a double-ended ding-dong in the backyard.
Bing, bing.
Whoops.
My.
I guess the dog took it out there and chewed on it. Whatever. What's the craziest thing you found while on the job? Did you find a dong or a bag of money or what? 866-445-1059. Your call is coming up next.
Got something to say? Send us a message anytime using the TalkBack feature on the iHeartRadio app. You're waking up with Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
All right, my neighbor who owns a landscaping business was cutting the backyard of a client and found a double-ended ding-dong. Oh, woohoo!
Pretty aggressive piece to be in the yard.
I guess the dog found it. I don't know if they found it in their drawer or where they found it. Maybe they just left it on the nightstand. I don't know.
It would have been great if it just shot out from under the mower and took out an ankle.
Oh, or like broke a window or something.
Like
Just whirled your dog through the window.
Like if the dog put it in a one of those ball launchers.
Oh, my
launched into the sky.
Absolutely.
But the guy, the dog took it out in the backyard. My neighbor found it, told this client, and they were pretty embarrassed.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was a huge one. It was a huge one. My neighbor said that's the craziest thing I think I found on the job.
Mm-hmm. You would think that would take the cake.
So I want to know, what is the craziest thing you found on the job? And yeah, you'd think that would, but then we got a call from a guy who they found a body on their job site. I guess someone was trying to steal tools and they found a body.
Yeah.
That's not the only one. Listen to this. This guy says that he found a man floating 5 miles offshore in the ocean.
Oh.
He was wearing a life jacket. He had flipped his boat and got pulled out to sea. So it sounds like he was alive. That's crazy.
Man. Well, that's good. It's a lot better than finding a floater.
This one from 2707 says, I found a dead body in an apartment.
Oh, my God.
When I was doing construction on the outside of this woman's place. I work for a multifamily and had been avoiding this place because she's a little crazy. Come to find out, nobody saw her for about 3 or 4 weeks, and she was half mummified when he found her.
Oh, wow.
You know what? I bet if you work in property management,
get a lot.
see that fairly often.
Especially a big building, older people.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone has to find them, right? Eventually, someone's got to open the door.
Right.
Let's
Find out why the rent is late.
Let's see. This one, as a garbage truck driver, I had to reposition a can so I could dump it. When I moved it, a woman's Enjoy toy fell onto the ground.
An Enjoy toy. I like that.
Needless to say, I didn't pick it up.
It vibrated right into a sewer.
To put
and gone forever.
He did not pick it up. He left it there right on the ground.
It's probably smart.
Mm-hmm.
This text message is from 9414. They say, I picked up a small drop box at a house. The lady holding her son watched me winch the box up, dumped the box, and found several pics of her stark naked in numerous bondage positions.
Oh, whoops.
My goodness.
I still see her walking her son in a stroller all the time.
Oh, man. It's her version of a ropes course.
Yeah. Yeah, this one says, found a $100 bill sticking out of an ATM. I was cleaning feces off the front of it.
And that's a pretty bad gig, even when you're doing it on purpose.
I mean, that's a come up, though. You know, it's like, for all your hard work, if you're going to be cleaning poop off an ATM, that's a nice surprise.
Sounds like it was a downtown Portland ATM. Someone just smeared a turd right on it.
Oh,
but there was a $100 bill hanging out of it, and he took his wife to dinner, out to dinner that night.
Once he got the smell out of his nostrils, he was able to go enjoy a nice steak
That's
dinner.
like a gift from the cleaning gods.
Yeah,
You know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah.
It's like, look, this sucks right now. We get it. We appreciate your service.
Right.
Look up real quick.
Here's a
you,
Benji.
You deserve that extra $100 if you're cleaning up
Exactly.
poop.
Yeah.
You
Holy
sure do.
crap. All right, we got a couple of calls here. 866-445-1059. What's the craziest thing you ever found while on the job?
Yeah, so I used to do a patrol service out in Portland, and one day I found one of our warehouse doors was just open, and my job was to obviously identify that and close the doors. But when I was doing my patrol through the actual warehouse, once I found it open, I found the fuselage of a private jet.
What?
Whoa.
Yeah, and like, you know, as a security guard, you see a lot of weird stuff. You really do. But it was a fuselage of a private jet. It was just weird.
So did a plane drop that in flight, or was there a crash?
No, it was just literally inside of a warehouse in Portland. I'm not going to say what kind of warehouse it was, but you know, they had a couple different vehicles, which was cool. But like just a random fuselage of a jet, and
What's
like,
going on there?
It could be somebody's private thing, you know? Like, I got a buddy who works on airplane hangars, and there will be an airplane and a bunch of cars. You know, so maybe it's like they're building a plane, or they have a backup fuselage.
Or a Portland Russian arms dealer.
That's more likely.
It's probably the case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Likely,
All right, dude, that's crazy. I can't believe you found that just in a warehouse
You just
somewhere.
stumbled
on the job.
upon it.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Thanks for the call, bro.
No kidding. Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
866-445-1059 is the phone number. I do feel like, like garbage guys would find a lot of crazy
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
Someone just throwing something out and you're like, I could either repair this or it's in good condition. It's not bad.
Or a garbage can falls over and you get all the contents are there to be seen.
You know who else probably finds a lot of stuff? We were talking about this earlier. People who have to clean up like festivals or after a
Oh,
concert.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine? Like, I just see the pictures of a festival afterwards and you can't even see the grass.
The lost and found after that's got to
If
be
you ever need
jackpot.
just a left flip flop, that's your job.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy who works there's got 9 watches up his
That's
arm.
exactly right.
Yeah, he's probably got a ton of watches. He's probably found lots of cell phones, probably found lots of drugs, probably
Yeah.
found lots of money.
But in this day and age, it could be dumb, but is finding a cell phone worth anything at this point? Because you can't
Yeah.
open it.
I don't think so.
I'd rather if I'm a gypsy traveler, I'd rather find the watch.
The watch,
or,
yeah.
or a necklace.
I suppose,
you could jailbreak it maybe,
or you just get
factory
it back
reset.
to the person, make yourself feel good.
Oh, be a good person.
Oh yeah, that's not
I
that's not an
love how
option.
that didn't even cross anyone's mind. Like,
oh
what?
yeah, there's
What?
that.
No.
Yeah, I've closed down a few festivals in my day, and it's mostly half-eaten yakisoba noodles and random articles of clothing.
All right.
Ooh, yaki.
Hi, it's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. Good morning. You ever find anything crazy while on the job?
Yeah, actually, about 30 years ago, I was cleaning this lady's house. She's a really old lady. She's 92. And I went to change her bed, and I lifted up the pillows, and I found a big knife and a pistol.
Whoa.
Whoa, don't
And
mess.
she's 92
Do
years
not
old.
With
mess with Ethel.
Was she trying to commit suicide, or was she going to use it on somebody
No.
else?
Actually, she told me that when she was a young woman, she'd been a sharpshooter. And but that wasn't all. When I went to vacuum underneath her bed, I found a shotgun, or it was a rifle, I guess, something like that. I don't know. But
Maybe
anyway,
she just
yeah, and
was
she's
used to
well,
sleeping with her weapons.
She's like a James Bond
Yeah,
character.
She's
apparently
badass.
so. She was, yeah, she was a really tough old lady, and she said she'd been a Bronco buster too. So I have no doubt about any of that. But
Oh.
that's my story.
Bet she's got some calloused hands.
Yeah,
right?
don't cross Ethel.
Thank you for the call. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. Have you ever found anything insane while on the job, like a bag of money or, unfortunately, a body, maybe?
Yeah, you.
Well, yes.
Me?
Yes, Lloyd.
Crying out loud, Lloyd.
So I work for a company where we processed coin and, from those machines at the grocery stores. And one day we got a bag of silver quarters and a bag of Buffalo nickels, which we were able to buy at face value and then sell for 4 times as much.
Wow.
What's
nice.
Buffalo nickels? What is that?
It's like a rare. It's a buffalo. It's got a buffalo on it.
And somebody just put that in a Coinstar machine?
Yeah, somebody put, and when I say silver quarters, there was a bag of quarters is usually about $2,000.
Whoa.
And so somebody took it to the bank and traded it in and got like $5,000 or $6,000.
Wow.
That's a nice ride.
It's
right
probably
there.
some old timer who didn't know what he had. He was
Yeah.
been sitting on all those quarters and coins for all that time and didn't know what he had.
That's brutal for him, but a come up for
Yeah.
Coinstar
It's
guy.
great.
Yeah.
And either that or it was some dumb kid that just went through his dad's.
That's true.
coin
Stole
box.
it. Yeah, just took all his buffalo coins.
You son of a bitch!
I'm gonna throw you off the roof.
All right, thanks for the call, man. We appreciate it. What's the craziest thing you've ever found while on the job? Portland's Rock Station, 105.9 The Brew. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. So we want to know, what's the craziest thing you found on the job? You know, maybe you've got one of those jobs where you're out and about and you find random things because people either lose it or leave it or whatever. My neighbor is a landscaper and found at one of his clients' house a double-ended, a double-ender in the backyard. And it was big, and I guess the dog got a hold of it and was playing with it. And
That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
How do you blame the dog? Like, I found a heck of a bone.
Exactly. So, yeah, we just want to know if you've ever found anything nuts like that. These people have been on hold for a few minutes. Hi, it's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. What'd you find?
Well, I work in a motel, and one of my housekeepers came in with a black box, and it looked familiar to me. It was somebody's ashes.
Oh, wow. Somebody left their relatives' ashes in the room?
Yes. I looked at the name, and it would belong to these two sisters that stayed at our property quite often, and I was like, oh, my gosh. So my housekeeper had been walking around with it, introducing everybody to it.
Oh, wow. The dead around.
I seen the sisters pull up, and I went out there, and I said, did you guys forget something? And they were like, no. They said, are you sure? And they said, no. I said, your mom, and their jaws dropped. Oh, my God, I can't believe.
Oh, my God. We left Mom in a jar.
Oh, no.
Jeez. Well, at least you got it back to him. That's great.
Their mom would have loved it.
I'd be pretty upset if I lost that. So it's nice that you got it back to him.
At first, I was thinking that she was like some sort of skeezer, and they left the ashes in there on purpose. Like,
this is what she wanted.
She was a low-level motel girl.
Oh.
Everybody knew it.
No,
She sleeps here now.
They did say that their mom was a crazy woman, and that she would have loved the fact that that happened. But yeah, it was fun.
Thank you for the call. Hi, it's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. What's the craziest thing you ever found while on the job?
I worked in the rock quarry business for about 15 years in the Southwest. I went to check up on a machine that we'd sold and got processing, and I got there about 15 minutes after a guy fell into it.
Oh
God. My goodness.
And there's nothing that can come out of that crusher any bigger than 3/4 of an inch.
Oh my! Is that what happened to the dude?
And it was basically just chum on a belt.
Oh, my God. That is brutal.
My God. The side of that.
I'm glad I didn't see it happen.
Yeah, you're lucky on that.
Or hear it. I bet the sounds would stay with you forever, right?
It's like something out of Fargo.
All right. Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sounds of just the crunching and the screaming. The person screaming.
Yeah, you just hope that gets at the top of you quick.
It's terrible.
Stop the agony.
All right, coming up here in a few minutes, we are going to get you two things. Another keyword that could get you to Vegas to see our iHeartRadio Music Festival. Foo Fighters will be there, 30 Seconds to Mars. Who else?
Lenny Kravitz.
Lenny Kravitz, Fall Out Boy. It's going to be a great show. It's a 2-day event. Plus, we're going to put $1,000 in your pocket so you can, get your gamble on or get a fancy dinner.
Yeah.
Get some new threads for the show, whatever you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Your next chance to win is coming up right after Tom Petty on 105.9 The Brew. 1059 The Brew. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. All right, our next Bacon and Beer is going down September 22nd.
Oh, it's coming quick now.
It is, man. The month is upon us. The September 22nd, it's going down at Gilgamesh Brewing in Salem. That's the campus location. Everyone who shows up gets free bacon. You could walk away with a free trip to Vegas to see Awakening
yeah.
at the Wynn.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's a free trip to Vegas. We're going to take care of hotel, airfare.
That's a great way to go. You get to stay at a good hotel, and it's right there in-house, so you can watch it.
We also have a ton of prizes for people who don't win the trip to Vegas. Lots of concert tickets to give away. Lots of concert tickets. A lot of surprises, like the mayor of Salem, Chris Hoy, will be in attendance. We're very excited for that.
Yep.
And we are trying to get Terry Porter on the show to ask him if he can come to Bacon and Beer.
Yes, we've been sending out the signal.
Yeah.
Now we're dialing his number.
There have been some developments. We made the announcement this morning. I have Terry Porter's personal cell phone number in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a 503, so he's old school.
So it's time to talk to Terry.
And from what I understand, he's been informed that we're calling him. He just wasn't told when.
Okay.
We didn't pick a day.
Yeah.
And he doesn't necessarily know the number.
Yeah, so I don't know if he's going to answer or not, but I've got the number, and we will call him. And if he doesn't answer,
we'll work
we
on
will
it.
call him every day until he does.
But that's fine. That's fine. We don't give up that easily.
Then I'll blow him up.
Mm-hmm. And at least he'll know the number now because, we'll make sure of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. I'm super nervous about this because I don't know if he's going to answer. I don't know if he won't answer.
Well, you never know until you try.
If he doesn't, though, should we...
Absolute devastation. Ruined.
Should we leave a message, though?
Yeah.
I mean, because
otherwise
if we
we're
leave...
telemarketers.
You're right. If you leave a
It's just a random
voicemail and he
number.
realizes who we are, then maybe he'll call back.
Let's do it.
All right. We're going to call Terry Porter in less than 10 minutes. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura on The Brew. We're commercial free thanks to Lazy Boy. On 105.9 The Brew, it's Tanner, Drew, and Laura, and now's the time. We've been trying to get Terry Porter. We're trying to at least get his attention.
Yeah, we'd like to talk to Terry.
We'd like to talk to Terry on the radio and then ask him, may or not beg, to have him come to Bacon and Beer, which is going down September 22nd at Gilgamesh Brewing in Salem, the campus location, the first time we've ever been to Salem. S-Town, as nobody calls it.
No one calls it that, but we can.
They will after September 22nd.
Yeah, we want to see the town show up. We know the mayor, Chris Hoy, will be in attendance. Hoping Terry Porter will be there. We're trying. But hey, I got his phone number here, so let's at least give him a call and see.
Let's do it. It's worth a shot.
If he picks up, I want to talk to him about all the things he wants to talk about first.
Of course.
Like the charities, the Gilgamesh Brewing.
Yeah, and Dornbecker Children's Hospital is something that we all feel passionate about too, so it's a great union.
Want to talk about all that? He's a board member on the Dornbecker Children's Hospital Foundation, which is pretty great. Loves taking care of kids, making sure they got what they need. And so let's just give him a call here.
All right.
So if you're just tuning in, we got Terry Porter's cell phone number,
which is a move in the right direction, right?
Got it in my hand right now. I'm nervous.
Don't be
rejection hurts.
Yeah, because if he doesn't pick up.
Yeah, but if he doesn't pick up, it's still early. It doesn't mean he's blowing us off.
No, right. He could still be asleep. I don't know what time he wakes up.
Right.
If I was him, I'd sleep until noon.
Same.
Oh, yeah. He's put in a lot of hours over the years.
All right. Okay, here we go. Calling Terry Porter, TP for 3. Will he pick up? Terry! Pick up the phone, Terry!
Ooh, the dreaded
Back
third
it up.
ring.
Terry, what you doing, Terry? Pick up the phone, Terry!
He's like, who is calling me?
Been forwarded to an automatic voice message.
Oh, I got to bleep his number.
03 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, Terry, this is Tanner, Drew, and Laura from 105.9 The Brew, iHeartMedia in Portland. I heard our friend let you know that we were going to call you to talk to you about Dornbecker's Children's Hospital and your charity and all sorts of stuff on the radio. If you want to call us back, this is the number on your phone, or I can just call you again a little bit later. But we're hoping we could get you on the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just a chitty chat.
Hope to talk to you soon.
You're the man, Terry. Hope all is well. Take care. Okay.
Well,
he could be doing anything. I like to picture him standing in the corner of his living room shooting paper into a wastebasket.
Yeah.
He's just practicing.
Or, maybe he just got done with a workout. He's in the cold plunge or the sauna.
Well, all right. There's call number 1. We'll try again tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay,
We'll try again every day until he answers the phone, hopefully, or blocks us. One of the two.
That could also happen.
Both very possible, but we're willing to go there.
But I did hear our mutual friend said that he would love to come on the show and at least talk about his charities.
Sure.
So he knows that we're trying to get a hold of him.
Yeah, it's just about lining it up. That's what I'm going to keep my head in that lane.
And I'll send him a text message again later on today saying, "Hey Terry, can we set something up? What time works for you? We'll work around your schedule."
And you should say, "And screening me hurts," so don't do that.
It really does.
We have feelings. So just pick up the phone, big.
I'm sure it wasn't. I'm sure it was not intentional. I'm sure we'll get a hold of him somehow.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
I feel that.
Let's
keep it positive.
We'll try again, and we'll let you know what's going on with Terry Porter. Hopefully, we'll have him at Bacon and Beer. That's going down September 22nd. Gilgamesh Brewing in Salem. It's our pumpkin spice edition of Bacon and Beer. Everyone gets free bacon. Someone's going to walk away with a free trip to Vegas. Get all the info online now at 1059thebrew.com. All right, I just got a text message from Casey Beefwater Bay.
Oh, yeah?
That said, are we talking about the costume this morning or are we saving it for tomorrow? No, we're talking about today, Casey.
We're talking about it right now.
Nice
Beefwater
try.
Bay. Better come in here. So we've decided on a costume for Casey at the next Bacon and Beer Party, September 22nd, Gilgamesh Brewing in Salem, the campus location. Casey has to wear a costume. He doesn't like to, but he has to wear a costume at every Bacon and Beer.
Yes.
Since we've had him on board. So he's been on, how many, like 5 or 6 now? 7?
Something along those lines.
I don't know.
Well,
Ever since our return.
Yeah, as soon as we started doing Bacon and Beers again after the pandemic, we've been putting him in costumes. The last one, we put him in a mermaid outfit, which was probably the worst because his belly was exposed. He was wearing a coconut bra.
You could almost see his nip knobs.
I think the worst part are the 4,000 ingrown hairs on his chest from
That's
waxing
right.
it.
We did do that.
We did the waxing and
Human
his
pimple.
skin got infected. It was really bad.
So gross.
So we've decided on a costume.
Yeah.
And what were we gonna do, Laura? Were we gonna have people vote?
Well, right now it's up, and it's just a question of whether or not this is the costume that we should put him in.
I think it should be, right?
And I mean, the obvious answer is yes, but I mean, if people think that maybe we're being too mean to Casey, maybe he needs a break.
What did he say that he would do if enough people voted?
I believe isn't it the outfit and an interpretive dance?
Interpretive dance, that's what it was.
There is
the song that he hates.
There is a song that goes along with this as well.
What was the name of that
And if
song?
you want to catch up on the precursor of it, we did dive into it a lot during the podcast, so
The
that'll be a little
Donkey Show.
extra treat.
Yeah, the Donkey
for
Show
you.
podcast. It's online at
I
1059thebrew.com.
keep wanting to say like Careless Whisper, and that's just not it.
No, it's the song from Ghost. What's the song from Ghost?
Ghost song. Well, yeah.
Why can we not? We have the hardest time thinking.
It's those two guys. Elvis did it.
Oh, it's
right?
the right. Is it the Righteous Brothers?
The Righteous Brothers. That's right. The Righteous Brothers. Unchained Melody.
That's right.
Unchained
Yeah,
Melody.
Casey there he is. There's the beef. Casey hates this song.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't really sure why.
No, I forgot why.
Because I remember now, but this song is, I find the song to be beautiful.
All the times to walk in here.
It's a great song.
We got to listen to this trash.
So why do you, tell us why you think the song is trash again.
This song is fine. I know it's a timeless classic, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. I think it's terrible, and it sucks because it was one of my, it was a wedding song in one of my mom's weddings.
And one of her
5.
To my least favorite stepdad of all time.
Really?
So while they were dancing and you were hating it,
Yeah.
was he just cupping cheeks?
I
a handful of mom's
I was
ass.
paying no mind to it.
Oh, you know he did. Because that was back in the 80s?
Yeah, he was
inappropriate
probably smoking a cigarette while that was happening.
Cigarette in his mouth.
Yeah.
Handful
Like
of ass.
holding his lips like a mechanic.
Probably looked right at you. I did it too.
Yeah.
Gonna treat your mom good, kid.
He mouths to Casey, "You're grounded."
I'm your dad now.
I'm your daddy.
No wonder he hates
So it's not
this
about the
song.
melody. It's
Very
not about the
uncomfortable.
tune. It's just the fact that it reminds you
Yeah,
of the time.
dude sucked. He would ground me and he'd take my TV out of my room and put it in his room so he could watch it.
I gotta get this kid in trouble. I need to
All right.
watch
It was
Matlock.
terrible.
It all makes sense now.
That's
It's all coming
great.
together.
So we're
we
glad
thought
you like it.
We thought it would be hilarious if Casey Beefwater Bay at Bacon and Beer not only dressed like a pumpkin spice latte,
A full-grown
a
latte.
full giant pumpkin spice latte.
Which,
but-
by the way, if you want to see the picture, we do have it posted on the Instagram.
Well,
at
the joy in
1059.
your voice drives me crazy.
Yes.
And also in the pumpkin spice latte costume, do a figurative dance or an interpretive dance rather.
Yes.
Sorry, an
Yes,
interpretive
yes.
dance, much like Will Ferrell did in Old School with the stick and the ribbon.
We'll get that ribbon going.
We'll get
High-end
an
ribbon.
Olympic quality, Olympic level ribbon.
And per our conversation yesterday, you will do this dance with me, correct?
No,
Yeah,
I
yes,
don't
that
remember.
is-
But Casey,
I distinctly remember
I
you.
mean,
I don't remember that at all.
I do think that was part of the deal.
Did I say that?
Yeah.
You
I maybe
sure
said
did.
it on a whim. I say a lot of things I don't mean.
Well, guess what? It don't work like that.
But
I don't
here's-
think the poll involves Tanner from what I read.
Here's the thing. Casey said that he
You
would
set
do
me
the
up,
he,
Laura?
he kept saying no, I'm not doing it. Like he was dead serious. Like
Yeah.
I'm not, guys. I've done a lot of things. I'm not doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I kept pressuring him and you know
Leaning
leaning
on it.
in on it. And he finally said, "Fine, I'll do it if the listeners vote that I should do it."
Yes.
And so we've given you one option on the internet. Should Casey do it? And there's only one option for yes.
Oh, well, that's ridiculous.
Oh, so it's auto.
Is there two options or just one?
There's two options.
And they're both
yes.
yes.
No, one of them is.
Well, why are
one
you
of
not
them
giving?
is-
Well, you won't even look at me. So something tells me this is suspicious.
There's an
I'm gonna cast my vote right now while they're
there's an
talking.
Absolutely.
Yeah, me too.
Well, to be fair, the poll is not for the dance, which I can add later. There was just a lot of
No need for
text
that.
to put on one slide.
Well, it's all in one.
But-
It's all encompassing.
But I mean, so it's for sure that Casey is going to be wearing this costume.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so that's the current poll, but
Okay.
we can update for the song because, yeah, I think that was the deal. Was
Should
that
Casey do an interpretive
the
dance to the song?
Is
And so,
what was
listen,
in
everybody,
question.
everybody out there, I do a lot of nice stuff for you guys, whether you know it or not. I'm here day in and day out, weekends, fulfilling your prizes.
Unsung hero, baby.
I'm sorry, Casey, what?
Dude, you're making me want to throw up right now. Good Lord. I just got sweaty.
I got
He's got
sweaty.
lightheaded.
He's having
I'm sorry.
PTSD.
I
You were
need-
saying?
Look, you guys could. It wouldn't hurt you to come to my defense. Just one time. All right, one time. You can come in and go, look. Give them a pass.
So, but they want to see how good you are at the dance.
I want to see how good you are at the dance.
You two do.
I think
I'm
it'll
not
be
convinced
beautiful.
The people do.
I always thought
What do
you
you
were
think,
a
audience?
Riveneer and that you would be amazing.
Well, I appreciate your support. But
It's time to show your support for us. If you want to do that, we can do our thing. If you support Tanner, Drew, and Laura, support us in our quest to get Casey to do an interpretive dance at Bacon and
You know,
Beer.
I think there's
It's all about entertainment value.
since we're doing this in tiers, I think
I will be doing it in tears.
I'm already in tears. How about that, Laura?
I think.
You see my lip shaking? You're
so,
mocking me.
So what if we sweeten the pot? What if people vote on you? If people in fact do vote on you to dance,
Which is
what if we did an
likely.
additional poll to see if people would also like to see Tanner ribbon dance? I mean, he
Why?
did.
When did this ever
Yeah.
become?
Because he
When
offered,
Tanner said he didn't- I don't care.
He
I'll do
offered
it.
himself as like the sacrificial lamb.
Let's do one thing
yesterday.
at a time and not muddy the waters.
Yeah, exactly. We don't want to confuse the
Listen,
audience.
Yesterday you said it was such conviction, and today you can't tap dance backwards fast.
Because I don't think, here's the thing, because when you put that up there, people are going to vote for it. I will do it. I don't have a problem with it. It's just that I want the focus to be on you in the latte costume.
Yeah,
You
because
see
you,
what I'm
don't want
saying?
to take away from the glory
I
of
got
it.
you.
You know,
I
a
got
separate
you.
ribbon off at another
And-
environment, a
and I-
picnic or something.
I don't remember saying it.
Yeah, oh, well, you did.
Well, we
Hi,
can
it's-
play back the tape.
I lost it. It's Tanner, Joe, and Laura. Good morning. Yes, good morning. Come on, we were on
Here
a
we
roll.
go. Creed bomb.
Yeah,
You
everything
guys
is
are going to
fine.
do an interpretive dance to Scott Stapp and Creed. That's what you're going to do.
Whoa.
That I will do. I will. The
It
sunlight.
dances itself.
So
Yes, Case?
I'm just saying. So feel free to not vote yes. If you're out there listening, you know what? Beef's been pretty cool, dude. Let's just go ahead and
Oh,
you
you're-
know,
you're
offer him a
playing
little
the
grace.
heartstrings.
Just let him show up and do his job like a normal civilian.
Yeah, but I don't.
Hold on, you can do your job as a latte. We got a
Exactly.
very well-equipped
That's,
outfit.
that's all I'm saying.
This
And
has got a lot of
honestly,
leg room.
I do
Yeah,
feel
arms.
like this costume is, like you said, roomy. There's a
You're
lot
not
of,
helping.
you know, you can wear pants underneath it. You can do all the things you can do right there.
Little
Just
So
victories.
go check out the costume at 1059thebrew.com. Or I'm sorry, I guess it's on our Instagram.
it's on Instagram at 1059 The Brew. Yeah, check it out. It's very, very nice.
Yeah.
And it's
And then go and vote in the poll. Should Casey do an interpretive dance? Obviously, I think the answer is
And
yes.
let's not overlook the other caveat that was set up yesterday that everybody that votes must be in attendance. For this to
That's
be
not
an
true.
accurate
I don't-
count.
see,
That's
no, I
not
think
true.
that
No
was the
purchase,
rule.
no
We agreed
purchase
on it
necessary.
yesterday.
We're going to bring in a parquet dance floor if you keep all this jazz up.
It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. Good morning. Why?
Hello.
Yes.
Oh, hello.
Yes.
Yeah, this is Dick and Van. I'm back.
Hey, Dick and a Van. This is the guy who all the listeners at the last Bacon and Beer, band together and gave him a bunch of money, and Siri and Steve gave him a brand new van to live in, which is pretty dope.
But hey,
Yeah.
I never got that van though. I called him and I never got it. So
Well,
but I think you guys should leave him alone.
Leave who alone?
Casey.
Casey? Oh.
I saw him in that mermaid outfit. No, that was not pleasant. No.
Yeah, thank you.
No, he's going to be much more covered up in the pumpkin spice latte costume.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
This is for entertainment value, Dick and a Van. Get on board.
We already had a Bacon and Beer about your feelings. He should be
Yeah.
on our side here.
And by the way, Siri and Steve was having trouble getting a hold of you. Like he said you weren't calling him, and that didn't the police find your van eventually?
Yeah.
Yes, it was out in Beaverton. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, wow.
So
All right,
you're good.
I did get it back. And Laura, thank you very much for helping out. I appreciate it, Laura.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, we didn't do anything.
Yeah,
It's
what
fine.
the hell?
Just here to help.
Put your money in Tanner's hat, but no, that's all right.
All right, love you, brother. We'll see you at the next Bacon and Beer in Salem.
Thank you for your support.
Okay.
Oh, Casey's
My
like, I
buddy.
don't care what he says. He could be completely sideways. If he's Team Casey, he's in.
Cast your vote at 1059thebrew.com or sorry, on our Instagram at 1059thebrew. We are looking to have Casey do an interpretive dance.
So currently, as it stands right now, we can obviously agree that the people are on my side. We
What do you
can
mean,
just
obviously?
move
You've got
agree.
one
I don't
person.
think-
Yeah,
One
that's a
person.
start.
It's a sample.
We'll be back. It's Portland's Rock Station, 105.9 The Brew. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. All right, our next Bacon and Beer, September 22nd, Gilgamesh Brewing in Salem, the campus location. Everyone who shows up gets free bacon, and you could walk away with a free trip to Vegas. We are going to have Chris Hoy, the Salem mayor, out in attendance at Bacon and Beer, and we're trying to get Terry Porter. We do know that Casey Beefwater Bay will be on site dressed as a giant pumpkin spiced latte.
Whoa. We don't know that officially
We're-
yet.
I'm pretty
I thought
sure.
we had that locked in.
The costume, I feel like, is a sure thing. Like, there's no vote on that. And
so
I feel
it's
like
just the dancing.
I just feel like it's the
That's where I'm
dancing,
at.
the
Boy,
interpretive
is
dancing.
Is this thing built on sand or what?
I don't understand what you're talking about.
The foundation is sturdy over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's feeling a little
Listen, I just want to say that the poll right now is at 91% for yes, obviously. You're
so
going to be
it's
doing
gonna
this.
happen.
So,
Well,
I
when
mean,
there's
there's
only
really
one
no...
button. No,
There's two buttons. There's two buttons.
Two.
There's two buttons.
There
Laura
are
didn't
two
do dirty.
options.
She didn't do
No,
dirty. I know you
come
think
on.
that,
Yeah.
but she didn't.
Now he doesn't know what to say. He's like,
And he's at
I know what to say.
So this is going to be great.
Casey will be at Bacon and Beer dressed as a giant pumpkin spiced latte. And if we get enough votes, he said on the Donkey Show podcast yesterday, if we get enough votes, if the listeners want him to do it, he'll do an interpretive dance like Will Ferrell did in Old School with the ribbon on a stick in the costume.
As a friend, I would start working on your calves for two reasons.
Yeah.
First of all, the form-fitting pants that come with the latte. And second of all, in order to do a ribbon-friendly interpretive dance, you're going to have to be on those tippies. Your
Yeah, and I would
tiptoes.
go and look at some interpretive dance too and start getting some ideas
Will
of what you're going to
Ferrell's
do.
is a great
I
jump-off
ex-
point, but then
I
go
ex-
to the pros.
Let's not put the cart before the horse.
I expect a very elegant performance from you.
The cart is in front of the horse, my friend.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and we are going full speed.
Yeah, have you ever listened to this show? The carts,
I'm
it's
well
all cart.
aware of how things work around here.
It's all cart. No,
It's
there's
all
not
cart.
even a horse.
Yeah, there's all cart, no horse around.
It's just us pushing it. It's
yeah,
just-
exactly.
So go cast your vote now. Follow us on Instagram at 1059 The Brew. And you can follow us on TikTok if you want to check out daily video clips from the show as well at 1059 The Brew. We did get a couple of talkback messages.
Casey's my boy, man. I gotta go with a vote for no, only because he said vote no. You know, I gotta go with you, Casey. You my boy, Casey. You my boy, beef. But I want to start another chant. Tanner in a spider box. Tanner in a spider box. Tanner.
That message has been deleted.
I like where he's
Hey
headed.
guys, I was just wondering why you do most of your stuff on Instagram. Like, I'm a grown ass man. I don't have Instagram, and most of your stuff's on there, so I could never vote. But yeah, maybe try Facebook or actually put it on the website. That'd be great.
I love it. That'd be great. You're not a grown man, you're a dinosaur.
Yeah, you know who's on Facebook? My grandmother.
Your grandma's on Facebook?
Actually,
Well,
she's not.
It's her. Well, my grandpa is. That's his favorite.
Yeah, my Mimi isn't yet, but you know.
She's not on the good book.
She sends me emojis a lot though.
Oh,
She'll
so
send me
she's all
text messages and
text.
she's
Oh,
all about
boy.
emojis, which
I
is
mean,
weird because she doesn't use the eggplant correctly.
Well, keep her off Facebook because my
Maybe she
grandpa.
is using it correctly, and you don't know.
Grandpa gets hacked every 3 days, so keep her off the book.
Yeah, he
Constantly.
clicks something and then next thing you know they've got his password.
I get messages from him. Have you seen this photo? You've clicked.
Yeah.
You've clicked again, Grandpa.
All right, follow us at 1059 The Brew on the gram, the TikTok, the Good Book, all of the socials. Do it now.
Bing
And you
bong.
can also type in at Tanner, Drew, and Laura too. A lot of great stuff on the website, like Tanner, Drew, and Laura's Dog of the Week. We teamed up with the Oregon Humane Society trying to find forever homes for these dogs. And this week we've got a handsome, a gorgeous dog. I honestly was this close to picking up the phone and just making the call.
Let's see. Let me see him.
His name is Simon.
Simon.
He's 6.5 months old.
He's just a baby.
He's just a baby.
Just a baby.
Simone.
You just have to go. The picture's really small, Laura.
You got to get your eyeball right on the screen there.
Oh,
But he is
what
just
a cutie.
he's just an adorable, like he's
I'm gonna-
black.
I'm gonna squeeze him.
He's got like
I just go ooh with his ears.
he's
you know?
got those big ears. He's just
Yeah.
God, I want this dog, but
Go get him.
I don't
Look
have
at
enough
you.
I
room.
mean, you know where to
Go
find
get
him. Yes, you do.
I don't have enough
You got a
room right
huge-
now.
You got a huge house.
Dog.
Yeah.
You have room for 4 or 5 more dogs.
plenty
That's
of
true.
room.
That's true.
His name is Simon. Go see if he's perfect for you because he's close to perfect for me. He also looks like he needs to be in a home with no other dogs.
Well, there goes your house.
Yeah, so that's the
But it's
thing.
perfect
I think
for
that,
someone.
That's the thing that
Cooper,
took me
well,
out.
it's been nice knowing you. Time to get out.
Yeah.
Make way for
couldn't do
Simon.
that.
Sell your 2 dogs for the young one.
Yeah, trade out. I'll take a Simon for You can't do
you
that
go
to
see it,
Coop.
1059thebrew.com. You can also see the daughter defending a mom after a porta potty brawl at a Morgan Wallen concert. Did you guys see this?
This is pretty
that's
intense.
a good one.
This is
It's a
pretty,
great list. So
pretty intense.
What happened, Laura, in front of the porta potties?
All right, so here's the situation. So a mom was standing in front of the door of the porta potty where her daughter was going to the bathroom, but they inadvertently cut in line before everybody else. So this other girl approaches the mom and is like, you cut in line, what are you doing? Knocks the drink out of her hand, starts getting all up in her face. The mom was not having it. And so fists start flying and people are getting pushed into porta potties. And
the fight, like these two girls fall into a porta potty and one girl, she's kind of halfway in. I don't think
submerged.
For example,
yes, like
kind of halfway in, but
it looks like she's,
but like if you're on like day 6 of a festival, that thing's full.
It's beat.
Like she's touching poop at that point, but
Yeah.
it's just a Morgan Wallen show, so I think it was.
it might have been somewhat empty, but then,
some urine maybe on
Well,
the side of the walls.
think about how much whiskey has been consumed, and that leads to some muddy waters.
My favorite part of that video was when like the friend in the white top comes in and like yards the door open and just reaches in and starts yanking people
No,
out.
see, that's the daughter who was in the porta potty at first, and she comes out to see what all the hullabaloo is about, realizes that her mom is, her ass is getting kicked, so she pulls this girl out by her hair,
That part's
drags
kind of
her out of
badass.
the porta potty. It's pretty intense. You gotta see it.
See, I hate when girls fight, but I would be proud of my kid if she just yanked a girl off her mom out of a porta potty.
She's now known as the Romper Stomper on the
Yeah.
internet.
The Romper Stomper.
Yeah.
I like it.
All right, go check out the Romper Stomper fight from the Morgan Wallen concert at 1059thebrew.com. Just click on Tanner, Drew, and Laura. Our Donkey Show podcast is coming up next. You can hear that at 1059thebrew.com. And Teresa has another shot for you to fly to Vegas coming up at 1 p.m. this afternoon. Bye.